We wanted a closer look at the facts behind the story, and so we spoke to the acting ICE director, Thomas Homan, just a few minutes ago. Here's part of it. Mr. Homan, thank you for joining us. You've heard prominent people compare your behavior to that of the Nazis, to that of the Roosevelt administration in turning the Japanese during World War II. How do you respond?
I think it's an insult to the brave men and women of the Border Patrol and ICE to call law enforcement officers the Nazis. They're simply enforcing laws enacted by Congress. You know, I wish that there was this much outrage about separation of families. I wish I heard this much outrage when we met with angel mothers and fathers whose children were killed by illegal aliens, Jewish citizen children killed and separated from their families forever. I never heard this outrage. So I think people on the Hill need to straighten themselves out here. Let's protect American citizens as much as you're fighting for the illegal alien.
We're about to speak to the parent of one of those children killed in the way you described. Did you notice cable news anchors or Democratic politicians swooping in to comfort those families when their kids were killed?
No, I didn't. You know, the media the last few days, I've been incensed by the purposeful, the intentional misleading of the American people by politicians. And they say that the Trump administration wants to use these children as political pawns. The Trump administration isn't down there having political sideshows with these children and talking about this issue. The Trump administration wants Congress to fix this, and Congress has the authority to fix it. But what no one's talking about is the underlying reason for this whole argument. Are these families really escaping fear and persecution? The immigration court has said in the last year and a half, over 80% of these claims are frivolous. So first of all, we got to attack the very foundation they're arguing these people are coming to this country. These parents themselves are using these children as pawns to gain entry to the United States, knowing that we can't detain them. And as far as the separation of families are concerned, you have to put the blame on the parents. They are choosing to enter between the ports of entry. They know they will be separated, but they want to blame the government when we were forced to do that. So let's put the blame where it lies, not on the fine men and women of the Border Patrol and ICE. We're enforcing the law.
What would happen, well, you don't make the policies, of course. What would happen if we do what we're hearing we must do, and that is give immediate automatic amnesty to anyone crossing illegally with a minor child in tow? What would happen?
Well, let me talk. That's what's been done. That's what we're asking Congress to fix the Florida Settlement Agreement. Because let me tell you the way it works right now. Under the Florida Settlement Agreement, if a family comes in our custody, we can hold them for less than 20 days. We release them. Most of them won't show up in immigration court. Immigration court last year issued over 40,000 orders in absentia. That means these people didn't show up. So what we want to do is have Congress change the law so we can keep these people detained in a family setting, so their case can be heard by a judge. I would think everybody, regardless if you're a Republican or Democrat, wants your cases heard. But because you don't like the final decision, doesn't mean we forget about it. Because last year, when we actually went to look for these families who got final orders in absentia, I got hundreds of letters saying, how dare you put your finite resource looking for women and children? I'm like, wait a minute. You wanted them to have due process at great taxpayer expense. Because you don't like the decision, let's forget about it. That's not the way we work.
Mr. Homan, thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, sir.